Hello, everybody. It's Deanna Durrell here with your monthly oracle message. I am so excited to be just seeing what the energies hold for the month of May. It feels like a really action-packed month, just tuning into it, um, at a glance. And if you've never seen me do one of these, I encourage you to get a sheet of paper out and at the top of your paper write, what could this mean for me? So I may say something that's like a lightning bolt for you. There may be a card that goes up that you're like, oh my gosh, like what is that? And if so, you can pause the video and look at it. This is a very intuitive community, so I always encourage you to interpret the messages for yourself. Sometimes, I get downloads beyond what's on the card, and so I will share those as well. And if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out thedancinggoddess.com for more. But let's get right into it. So the theme of May is dun, 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 feminine power. Okay? And when I was meditating on May, like what is a symbol that we can all latch onto? It was a beautiful, like gardenia flower, like beautiful, like white and pink. And what this means is those two colors, white and pink. So white is about spirit, it's about trusting your intuition, it's about the divine, seeing things through the eyes of spirit, not getting so caught up in your ego. And then the pink is about feminine softness, but not from a place of giving your power away. It's quite the opposite. It's saying, I can be graceful and also in my power. I can be kind and also powerful, right? There's that theme of power, but it may be a foreign feeling, right? To keep your heart soft and open, and at the same time be very clear with your boundaries. So themes that come up in relationships for May are boundaries. Where do you need boundaries? Where do you need to revise your boundaries? Where is a boundary like being crossed? Where are you not respecting your own boundary, right? And looking at where you need to clean up the energy and plug those energy leaks. At the same time, right, there's also an invitation, a call to like look at the relationships in your life, romantic and otherwise, and ask yourself, what do I want to create in this dynamic? Right? It's a very important question. What do I want to create in this dynamic? If you're only, friends with somebody because you've always known them in the past, but you have nothing in common, maybe it's time to revise that agreement. This is just an example. Or you've been going on a few dates with somebody and it's not really going anywhere, you're not sure what's going on, and so you come out and express, right? Or reiterate what it is that you desire in relationships in general, and then you give that other person a chance to shit or get off the pot, forgive my French, so that you can have clean and clear energy moving forward and know where to put your focus. In business and in career, this looks like really speaking up for yourself, asking for the raise. It's big energy, but again, it's very graceful, kind of queen feminine energy. It's not like a dictator energy. So looking at where you have, how you have defined rather power in the past, and what images you have with power, and looking at again what needs to be revised so that you feel safe to say how you feel, to make the move that's scary but necessary. Now we've got a full moon, so I'm going to give you 2 dates to just circle on your calendar, and then we'll look at oracle cards, okay? The first is the 12th, the second is the 26th. So on the 12th we have a full moon at 9:55 a.m. Pacific in the sign of Scorpio. So this is emphasizing issues around sex, money, power struggles, right? And esoteric information. So information that is underneath the surface that may come to you in a dream or come to you through a lightning bolt of insight when you look at a sign or you overhear a conversation. So between the 1st of May and the 12th, pay attention to what your intuition is telling you, because once we get to the 12th, 13th, 14th, it's like something comes to completion. And it's a great time, right, around the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, to really look at what needs to be finally forgiven and released within yourself, to open up to a greater gateway, a different frequency of relationship, a different quality of relationships, starting with the one with yourself and starting with your connection to spirit, higher power, whatever you believe in. And then we get to the end of the month, the 26th, we have a new moon in Gemini. If you're noting the time, it's 8:02 p.m. And these are both in Pacific Standard Time, so adjust accordingly. In Gemini, which is communication. It's also about being social and looking at your social dynamics and where you may need to mix that up. And when it comes to communicating, finding innovative ways to communicate, get your point across, and also not take yourself so seriously, give other people grace, and like stay out of judgment, because Gemini's really good at holding multiple truths, right? It's like, if we only have one truth, but we're not considering another person's truth, then, it's easy to go into judgment or right and wrong thinking. But this new moon in Gemini is saying, hey, like, just consider other perspectives. You don't have to agree with them, but consider them, because there's something behind door number 14 that you didn't see because you were so fixated on your way or the highway. All right. So in the spirit of Gemini, I am going to use 2 decks to break it up and have some fun. So the first one is my deck, your Magical Intuition Oracle, and I'll put a link if you'd like to get a copy for yourself. And the second one is Alberto Villoldo and Colette Baron Reid's The Shaman's Dream Oracle. This is one of my favorites. I'll also put in the link if you want to check that out. So we're going to mix and match. For the first week of May, I got Skywriting the Fates. So in the first week of May, this is a time when, like I was saying, like you're going to get intuitive guidance if you're open and available to it. You may have synchronicities happen, and it may feel like certain events are literally fated. Like you meet somebody, or you get an opportunity and you're like, I didn't even apply, like somebody recommended me. How cool is that? And so just pay attention to what comes your way the first week. This is also a good time to write your intentions for the month. You can share them in the group. You can share them in, on my channel if you'd like, just to help boost that energy. And notice too, like, what are the words that you're using to describe yourself? Are they kind, or are they judgmental and critical? And you get to literally write your fate as you watch yourself talk. Then, switching to mine, for week 2, for the full moon in Scorpio week, that's perfect. Endings and beginnings. Changes are for the best. So I told you, full moons are about wrap-ups, it's about completion, it's about illumination. Honor what ended, honor what's finished, and honor what's coming that may not be revealed yet. Okay, trust the shadow and the light. And then week 3, the week of the 19th, I pulled this for a client the other day. It made me smile. Joyful Muse, inspiration. The number 33. So this is a week where your creativity may be off the charts. So it's a great time to get your work out there, make a pitch, change your dating profile, be bold and ask somebody out. Like, do the things that just feel joyful, even if they seem a little bit unconventional, or you're like, wow, that's out of character for me, but I really want to do it. This is a good week to do that. And then finally, as we wrap up the month with the new moon, fresh air. New insights come when you get out of your comfort zone. So there's something beautiful. There's a rainbow at the end of all the stuff that happened throughout the month. And right, there's an energy of loyalty. These are my dogs. I had the artist Ellen paint them. This is Bella and this is Kino, and they are super loyal and fabulous fur babies. but literally look at what doors and windows are opening, and can you see what what is good in your life? And the more that you can put focus on gratitude, the more this month is going to feel like you're in your full power. And when you're in your full power, you are really, really unstoppable. So that is your reading. That is your message for the month of May. I would love to hear from you. How did this land? And if you're brave, I want you to post your intention for the month below, and make sure you are on the newsletter for goodies and priority notification on events and courses that I'm holding. You can do that at DeannaDurrell.com or thedancinggoddess.com. In Gemini fashion, I'm giving you a choice. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Happy May, and we'll talk soon.